The groups of the European qualifiers for the Euro 2024 are already known, and we have already seen the first two match days. 20 teams will qualify via the groups to join the host nation Germany. So there will be still 3 spots up for grabs. Who will get these spots? Today I will explain the playoff format of Euro 2024 for you. To start, we need to have 20 teams who are qualified. I've taken the current standings, so the teams who are at the current table in positions 1 or 2 in their respective groups. We don't need a lot more from the European qualifiers groups though. What we need is the UEFA Nations League overall ranking. This ranking was made after the UEFA Nations League campaign in 2022. The finals are still to be played, but they don't matter for this video, because today's video will be about the playoffs and I will include the UEFA official documents to make it a bit more clear how the playoffs are going to work. So, as you can read, to determine the 12 teams that entered the playoffs, the following principles apply in the order given. So first A, that 4 playoff slots are located to League C to League A. One important thing to note is that the first step is the team selection, and afterwards, which will be following in the next video of me, is the path formation. These are 2 separate processes. So we're only going to be selecting 12 teams today, not forming any of the 3 playoff paths, which will then make for the 3 teams that go to Euro 2024. The second, or the point B, is the UEFA Nations League group winners enter the playoffs unless they have qualified for the final tournament directly. So in our case we have all of those here, like the first 4 of Leagues A to C. We can see that we have still 6 spots that are up for grabs, like the 6 spots or the 6 group winners that have already qualified. Who is going to get these spots? Next point is point C. If a UEFA Nations League group winner of Leagues A, B and C has qualified directly, the next best ranked team in the relevant league ranking, which has not directly qualified, will enter the playoffs. For that, this table is used. If you want to know how this table is made, you can look at the UEFA Nations League regulations, but I think it's not that complicated how it is made, but I won't explain it now in detail. So we're always looking for the teams in the league of the group winner. Like for Greece, we have a spot in League C that can be allocated, and it will be allocated to Luxembourg. While in League B we've had from Serbia and Scotland, who had already qualified in this example scenario. Their spots were given to Finland and Ukraine. But for League A we don't have any teams that have not qualified, except for the Netherlands. And so we have 3 spots, but there are no League A teams left. So now we will come to point D. The first part of this describes the process I have explained in another video. If you want to know about it in detail, check this video out. But basically what it means is that the best group winner of League D gets a spot in the playoffs if there are less than 4 teams from one league who can enter the playoffs. And from League A we only have 1 team, because all of the others have qualified. So Estonia will get 1 spot. Now we still have 2 that are up for grabs, and those are allocated to the best ranked of the teams that have not already qualified for the final tournament on the basis of the overall rankings. So now we will look at all the teams, and we will see that the best ranked ones that have not yet qualified are Iceland and Norway, like neither qualified for Euro or for the playoffs. These are Iceland and Norway. So Iceland and Norway will make up, or will join the other teams to make up the last 2 of the teams that will go to the playoffs. I've added the European qualifiers groups here just so you can see that the groups have absolutely nothing to do with the teams that join the playoffs. Of course, the first 2 can join, but you see that there are some groups where no team has joined the playoffs, and like in Group J there are 3. It only depends on the Nations League ranking, and it also doesn't depend on the place you finish in the group. If you finished 3rd or 5th, it doesn't matter at all, and that's why I also didn't include rankings in this example scenario, because all we need to know is which teams did qualify, and then we just need the UEFA Nations League. Also, you can see that despite we in theory have a path A, B and C, we actually have 6 teams from League B, 4 from League C and 1 each from League A and D. How we are going to allocate those teams into the paths will be explained in the next video. And this process, like I said, is separate from the team selection process we just did. So if you want to know how this process of the path formation does work, just check out my next video. I hope you have a great day and see you next time.